Hey, what is up, gamers? Virginia, the Buckeye Gamer here, and in this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am actually going to be going over my top pet peeves, and the only reason I'm saying top and I don't have a number is because I'm not exactly sure how many I'm going to get in this video. But these are my pet peeves of the gaming industry, things that just tick me off beyond belief, and this has to do more with the modern gaming scene rather than retro, although some of this does apply to retro gaming, but we'll get into that later on. So I'm going to start off this video with microtransactions. Now, despite what a lot of people say about microtransactions, I don't hate them completely. And the reason that I say that is because I have used microtransactions in single player experiences. Like if it's a game that I absolutely love, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one. I did buy, like outfits and, different things for my character and weapons and some of the in-game currency. I did buy some of that. A single player experience, microtransactions don't really bother me because you're not doing multiplayer stuff and things like that to get ahead. The mechanics that I hate with microtransactions is the play-to-win stuff. Now, I don't, again, as I've stated in a few other videos before, I'm not into online gaming all that much. Every now and again, once in a blue moon, I'll pick up something and play it with, friends or something. But yeah, like, your Battle Royale games, like you got Fortnite, Apex Legends, and the like, and then you got their Call of Duty things, and, you guys kind of get the idea. Like to pay to win, and that doesn't make it fair for those who are actually grinding and working their way to the top to try to be the best that they can be. So my thought on microtransactions, take it or leave it as is. And then another thing that I hate and this has to do with just the gaming community in general, because this has been going on since day one practically with games, bad controls. So yeah, a game when you can't get the controls just right, if they don't make sense, because I've played games with wacky controls before. When you get games like that, it just saps the fun out of it. Like there's really no way to go about it. That's really all that I can say. So bad controls, one of my pet peeves. And then let's see, how was I going to do this? I don't have this really in any particular order again, because this is kind of a spur of the moment video. Another thing that I hate, and this is probably close to the top, are quick time events. Now, I think this did happen like in games I've noticed, like with the PlayStation 2, the Dreamcast, and different things like that. But it's become more of an issue with modern games. But basically what quick time events are, if you're not familiar with it, is when you have a sequence in a video game, like an action sequence. They give you a button to press, and you have like a fraction of a second to do it. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but that stresses me out so bad. And a lot of my favorite games have quick time events. Like the Yakuza series has them. Shenmue is really, really bad if those of you haven't played Shenmue before. Because I do have Shenmue 1 and 2 remastered for the PS4. And then Shenmue 3, which I'm actually stuck on something right now. But that's a video for another day. But yeah, those give me so much anxiety when I'm playing a game, because then in your rush to try to press the right button, you press the wrong button instead. But yeah, quick time events just really get on my nerves. Let's see, what's another one here? Another one that I do have here, and again, this is more for modern gaming rather than retro, is releasing terrible collector's editions. Because I like, as you can see back here, I have several collector's editions, but I've seen some that are just absolute garbage, and you pay really good, like, you're talking like hundreds of dollars sometimes for these, and to get absolute trash, like maybe the figure, isn't top quality like you expect. There was a whole debacle with Fallout 76, if you guys didn't hear about that. I'm not going to go into details right now in this video, it's not really time or place for that. But yeah, you pay good money for a collector's edition, you expect to get good quality stuff, and a lot of times that doesn't happen. Some companies do give you good stuff, like a lot of what I have back here is actually really good quality, but you want to really do your research before you get into that, because I have been screwed over before, thinking I was going to get something and it does not look anywhere near like what I was expecting. So yeah, so just be careful with that, guys. Another thing, this is more of an annoyance rather than something that really ticks me off because you pretty much have to deal with it. That's mandatory updates and installations of games. This started to become a thing 7th generation, so for the PS3, Xbox 360. The Wii didn't really have this issue before, maybe updates, but as far as installing games, and this really depends on your internet speed too. I have somewhat decent internet. I don't have like gigabit internet or anything, but I usually get about 50 megabytes a second speed, which is decent, especially for this area. But when my internet lags and I'm trying to download a game, it can take forever. And the internet that we actually had before this was super slow too. Like I was a step or two away from dial-up. That's how bad it was. And I remember clearly, I was downloading, I believe it was Halo 5 for the Xbox One. I got a digital code for it. I kid you not, that game took 2 days to download. That's how bad my internet was. Now, back then, if we had the internet that we do now, it probably would have taken a few hours. But it's like a game that you're itching to play, and, it can get really annoying. I mean, like I said, you have to deal with it now with, as big of games you're getting. It's just something you got to put up with, and it's really not going to go away, especially this next console generation, because games are going to be humongous. But I'm looking forward to the next generation. I actually have a video planned for that too, discussing my thoughts on it. And then the last one here, and if I think of any more pet peeves, I'll make a part 2 to this. My last one is, and this is one that really infuriates me, like I see red every time I run into something like this. And that is games that get released broken and or unplayable. Like they're so glitched out, like you can't do anything with it. And it's a game that you're really looking forward to. Now, fortunately, though, I haven't really had too big of an issue with this. I had some minor hiccups here and there. But this is kind of why I don't pre-order games anymore for this particular reason. Because when games get released or broken, it's pretty much you're getting like, I hate to go this extreme, but it's almost like you're getting a beta version of a game. Like a game preview or whatever. When you pay full price for a game, you expect it to be top quality, and a lot of these developers are releasing them broken or unfinished, and that's where DLC comes into play. They sell you part of the game, and then you have to pay for the rest of it later. Which, again, I know games are getting bigger, and I would be perfectly fine for video games to go up in price, provided that you have the complete game and it runs smoothly. Now, minor graphical glitches are going to happen. Those are very common, like I said, especially with newer games. Graphical, minor hiccups here and there, I can deal with, but having a game that constantly freezes or corrupts, I've seen it so far as to brick consoles. Like an Anthem, I think was a good example here. And that game is actually, I was out game hunting today, and that game's actually like $5. And that was a $60 AAA release. But that got for PS4s. I don't know about Xbox Ones, but I know on PS4 it had a habit where it would completely brick your console. And what I mean by bricking, for those of you that may not be aware, if you're not really into modern gaming, what bricking means is it renders your console useless, more or less. You have to do there's a certain rebooting process that you have to go through. Thankfully, though, I'm just going to knock on wood here, I haven't had that issue with any of my consoles. So, but yeah, I cannot stand broken or unplayable games. That really takes the joy out of gaming, which, gaming, when you game, you want to have fun, right? But anyway, sorry I was rambling on about this, but no, it was just something I wanted to get off my chest here. I've been wanting to do that type of video for a while. Again, I'll probably come up with more ideas here and go over them later with a part 2. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me just yakking on about my pet peeves in gaming. And if you did, make sure you leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already if you wish. And I'll catch you guys later. Keep on gaming.